Guys, welcome to our online class of OPM 530. So, so let's continue with our chapter that day. So, it's actually design of goods and services. We have done some parts of it. If you recall, we actually done the Regal Marine discussion about what Regal Marine does, and so we have gone through this part and just go fast a bit. And we also have looked into this product development stages. And what is the quality function deployment? And then also showed you the examples of QFD or house of quality. But we use the example of apa itu lagi kita guna karipap bukan I can't recall it kondok kot and we also looked at how house of quality sequence in various resource through organization, so from design characteristic, specific components, production process until quality plan. Okay, and we also look into the approaches by companies. So we have gone through the value engineering issues, and this one is the one which you guys have discussed among your team. And we have gone through what is CAD, CAM, additive manufacturing, virtual reality, augmented reality, and value analysis. I think we haven't gone through this, so I'll just continue here. So, talking about value analysis, basically seeks for improvement lah. Okay, that lead to either better product or a product made more economically or a product with less environmental impact. So you look into the values of the product itself, how it actually impact on the economically, environmental, and product which is much more better performance. So the techniques and advantage of value analysis are the same as for the value engineering lah. But there are minor changes and implementation based on the necessity because we look into the value of the product itself. So next, we're talking about sustainability and life cycle assessment. So as you know, we always talk about life cycle level. So sustainability basically means meeting the needs of our current generation lah, without compromising whatever their needs lah. And NC is a formal evaluation towards the environmental impact from a product. Okay, next is the subheading of product development continuum. So if you go to page 211, so there are long discussion about product continuum. So if you read through, so it's basically talking about when the product life cycle shorten, so there are the need for a faster product development lah, right? Because of there are technological sophistication, new technologies, and there are lots of new products, and also increases in expenses, and there are lots of risks being involved. So for example, here they give about the drug firms which have invested an average of 12 to 15 years and amounting a total of 1 billion before receiving the regulatory approval for a new drug. And then only 1 out of 5 will actually be a success. So you see how difficult for a company to get approval for drugs, but at the same time they need to spend a lot of time and money, which unknown success rates lah. So those operation managers who master this art of product development continually gain on slower product developers. Ni baca je lah, you pun boleh baca juga So this concept is also known as time-based competition lah. Okay, now we just skip that long part tu. Now we look into this figure 5.6. What is basically the graph which show how the product development continuum. So it's basically look into the different strategies lah. So kalau you tengok dia ada dua type of strategies, whether it's internal or external. Internal means you develop products within your organization by you applying migration of existing products to you enhance your existing product, or you internally you innovate or develop new products. So kalau you tengok internal, dia punya concern is cost of production development. Timeline pula, we're talking about lengthy, maknanya makan masa yang lama. And dari sudut risk of production, yang internal are much more high. So compare dengan external tu, external we're talking about your strategy is you have some alliances with other companies, you do joint ventures, you purchase technology of or applications from others, or by acquiring other developer. So kalau kita tengok this continuum, product continuum dari segi cost, it is shared with other companies, right? And the perspective of speed of product development, it is much more rapid, and the risk are shared lah. Sebab you ada dua companies kan buat bekerjasama. Okay, now we move on to the purchasing. This is the explanation of each of this, which I've done that one. Okay, now we move to the defining a product. By the way, you just probably like to read further to read about examples given on 3 of the product continuum dari tu. Okay, just skip that part. Okay, now we go to the how you define a product. Definitely you define in terms of its function, and then you look into the rigorous specification which are developed during design phase. And manufactured products will be should have a drawing, an engineering drawing, and next you need to have a bill of material or a list of component of products. So let me elaborate a bit some of this. Okay, so for example, like look into this Monterey Jack cheese. So first, the US grade AA for this Jack cheese, so they kena shall conform to the following requirement. See, so how they define this product? Okay, first they look into the flavor. Flavor must be fine, highly pleasing, free from undesirable flavors and odors, and may possess or very slight acid or fade flavor. So that's the flavor. The body and texture plug drawn from the cheese shall be reasonably firm, shall have numerous small mechanical openings, evenly distributed throughout the plug. It shall not possess sweet holes, yeast holes, or other gas holes. So color, natural, uniform, bright, and attractive appearance. Finish and appearance, bandage and paraffin dipped. The ring shall be sound, firm, and smooth, providing good protection to cheese. So this is a portion of the general requirement for the US grade of Monterey Jack cheese, which define the product itself lah, the Monterey Jack cheese. So next thing you need to have is product documents. So documents ni tadi mention engineering drawing. So it shows the dimension and what are the tolerance of the products and materials, maknanya what are the ability of the product, what are their maximum capacity that they can bear, and it should also show the codes for group technology, maknanya macam IPR, intellectual property, copyright sebagainya. The next is document we need is the bills of material. So this bill is the list of components, quantities, and where it was used. So it should also shows the structure of the product. So this is the example of engineering drawings of barang apa ni agak. So this is a drive roller, drive roller. Okay. So next is we look into the bill of materials. This is like also known as BOM, BOM. So this is for a panel weldment. Panel weldment ni I think is a cabinet kot. So you tengok dia ada lower roller, pin, lock nut, guide, support, so quantity. All this combined to be one product. Other example we can see in burger, Hard Rock Cafe's Hickory Barbecue Bacon Cheeseburger. So this is the materials included in your burger lah. Not your burger lah. Korang mana boleh makan ni burger bacon ni, haram. By the way, just to tickle your brain, probably why we use this OZ ni kan, OZ dot, agak-agak kenapa? Why not this is American punya convention, which is pound, pound. Tapi pelik sebab apa dia pound, dia tak guna PND ke? Kalau kita kilogram, convention of UK punya, we are using kgs kan. But why they are OZ? Itu for you to ponder and research lah. Kenapa pula jadi Oz pula tu? Right, we move on. Okay, make or buy decision ni mana datang? Apa kena-mengena. So for many components of products, firm have the option of producing the components themselves. Okay, sama dia nak buat sendiri komponen tu ataupun you nak beli. Contoh macam burger, patty burger tu, if you are able to produce yourself, you need to evaluate whether it is much more better if you produce it or you just buy the ready-made burgers. Sama juga macam screws, lock nut ni semua is already have in the commercial market ataupun industrial market. They can just simply buy the components rather than they create a new component. So that's why we're talking about the variation in quality, cost, and the delivery schedules, whether all these variation can fulfill your requirement or not, before you decide sama ada you nak buat sendiri ataupun you buy. So if this variation ni fulfill your company's punya strategy, so why not kan? So this is a very critical to product definition lah. So bila you consider on your product punya build up tu, and then your planning of your production, your operation, sama juga dalam service, banking ke apa semua, it's similar to outsourcing jugalah sebenarnya. Cuma dalam konteks barang, kita beli barang tu physically. Alright. Next is we look into the group technology. Apa pula ni is a product and component coding, system that specify the size, shape and type of processing. It allows similar product to be grouped. So rupa dia macam mana? Macam ni So kalau previously you have one ungroup part for one product. So when you have this group technology, you just group, categorize similar product. So you have a better design. Of course, you should have reduce your raw materials and purchases, simplify your production planning and control, improve layout, routing and machine loading, reduced tooling setup time, working process and production time. So those are good strategy. Maknanya you bila you dah arrange your categorize of your components, these are the benefit that you can obtain from those activities. Okay, of course you dah ada product punya documents tadi, BOM dengan apa dia? BOM dengan product design And then you need to have also assembly drawing, assembly chart, rough sheet, work order and engineering change notices. So ini more on production lah. So you bayangkan kalau you jadi purchaser, okay, orang-orang dalam bidang finance, yeah, you are not dealing with this thing directly, but in reality these are the, when you do purchases ke apa ke, so you actually purchasing this nitty-gritty stuff which later on being used by the production line. So dia orang yang akan handle this barang. So you just do and understand that there are drawings of assembly drawing, which mean how they mention as exploded maknanya dia macam meletup kan, dia pecahkan of how macam Lego lah, macam mana nak pasang benda tu. So it's very detailed, relative location to show how the product should be assembled. And then next kita tengok chart of assembly, maknanya the flow of how the components are being assembled. Maknanya you tengok the circle, green circle 1 to until 11, those are the total numbers of components involved. And then SA1, SA2 here is one comprising of left bracket assembly, and then this is right bracket. So they combine A1, A2 baru buat apa ni, roller, washer and nut. So here we have Pokayoke just to ensure that all the activities are safety and proof from accidents lah. This is the route sheet. This is how this of the operation and times required to produce a component. So it state out your machine, what they do. So ada 4 machine kat situ. Auto insert 2, manual insert 1, wave solder and test 4. So what does this machine do tu is dalam operation tu. So dia kata the first process of machine auto insert 1 is the operation is insert component set 56. So there is this setup time which is 1.5, and for the operation time is only 0.4 per unit. Alright, second lah kot. So speed one lah. And the next is we have other documents such as work order. Work order ni macam instruction for the production punya orang to produce a given quantity of a particular item. Maknanya on that particular day berapa banyak dia nak produce lah. Contoh item 157 probably almari ke apa kan. So the quantity for that date is 125. Maknanya dia 2 bulan 5 2019 until 4th May 2019 dia kena the schedule is 125 pieces of item 157C. So production department yang terlibat ialah F32 dan delivery location is department K11. So this is work order atau instruction. And then we have ECN, engineering change notice. So this is basically a correction ataupun modification, new instruction, new additional to your product definition. Asalnya you ada contoh burger tadi tu. Burger ni patutnya burger daging, hickory, barbecue whatsoever. Tiba-tiba ada new modification, instead of you taruh chili sauce, you can taruh budu ke, you taruh cencalok ke. So there are engineering change notice. You need this document before you can decide to change your engineering drawings and your bill of materials. Kalau tak ada benda ni, you tak boleh tukar. So it's quite common with long product life cycles, long manufacturing lead times, or rapidly changing technologies. So for example, dalam new technologies ni, bila new green component, new green elements are being used dalam production, so banyak engineering change notice are being used lah. Maknanya instead of sebelum ni dia tak guna sebelum ni dia guna carbon contohnya, and then dia tukar kepada green materials, dia perlukan engineering change notice. And next is talking about configuration management. So this is actually in a new edition of person tu. So kalau buku teks kita ni, kalau you tengok dalam 12th edition tak ada cerita pasal configuration management. So we just skip this part. Okay, ni product life cycle management. Okay, it's basically how you manage lah. Ni kita dah banyak kali ulang dah cerita ni. So next, let's look into service pula. So of course we know that many aspect of service are benda yang kita tak nampak ataupun tangible compared to production kan. Kalau buat herbs ke, kalau buat apa-apa barang, you can see and hold. Tapi service ni you tak boleh, you just rasa je kan. You just kalau potong rambut cantik contoh. So service typically includes direct interaction with the customer. Betul? So maknanya you it's a direct interaction. Service productivity is notoriously low. Dari segi productivity dia memang rendah sikit, sebab customer yang akan involve dalam apa-apa yang dia nak lah, design ke, cara pengantaran ke, atau dua-dua sekali, atau delivery of service ni bukan cara pengantaran, maknanya cara benda tu dibuat. So with this intervention, dia actually complicates your product design. Maknanya dia tak ada specific standardized product. Kalau rambut tu kena macam tu, tak, customer tu minta sini sengit sikit sebagainya. So it complicates product design. So designing more efficient service, macam mana kita nak design dengan lebih baik? Satu, kita kena ada limitation of options. Kalau boleh, kalau buat potong rambut tu satu gaya, stick to that. Dan with this kind of way, we can actually improve your efficiency, maknanya cepat sikit lah. And at the same time juga also ability to meet customer expectation. Customer memang nak lain sikit, tapi kalau boleh bila kita limit juga, kita akan memudahkan kerja kita cepat. Samping itu kita dapat achieve whatever they want lah. So next is talking about delay customization. Ni is a design, you design your product so that the customization tu sendiri yang delay. Maknanya you bila nak contoh yang macam diberi ni ialah contoh macam salon, shampoo, conditioner tu semua standard, betul? Maknanya you bila you pergi salon, orang cuci rambut ni semua standard. But colour rambut and then gunting dan you style hair is the plus part of your service. So this is what they mean by delay customization. Maknanya the additional customization of your service tu are being done as the last activities lah. And the next thing is you apply juga modularization. Ingat sebelum ni kita tengok dalam produk ada they introduce the modular. So dalam service pun kita boleh modularize our service so that customization takes the form of changing modules. So this strategy allows for custom services to be designed as standard modular entities. Maknanya just as modular design allows you to buy a high fidelity sound system with just the features you want, modular flexibility also lets you buy meals, clothes, and insurance on a mix and match modular base. So investment, portfolio of stock and bonds, and education are example of how modular approach can be used to customize a service. Faham tak? So dia kaitkan dengan investment, portfolio of stocks and bonds, dan juga education. So betul lah, kalau you pergi kuliah swasta, you boleh ambil mix and match different components as a one product later on. Contoh macam diploma business, and then you add up things, so you jadi diploma business apa-apa. Okay. And then next is you try to attach into ataupun apply the use of automation. Okay, so for example, which is given here is dalam banking industry, so you isolate the check cashing activity. Maknanya dapat duit check, dah tak payah pergi dekat counter tu, dia gunakan mesin. So this will actually improve your customer service and reduce your cost and time in dealing with customer. So sama juga macam airline, you tengok dulu kita buat tiket semua kena pakai beli kat counter. Now we can go for ticketless, and then you can actually check in by kiosk. Okay, so technique like this actually reduce costs and beratur panjang di airports lah. So bila you can achieve this, both you can actually increase your customer satisfaction and providing a win-win product design. Okay, the lastly you tengok tu is the moment of truth. Yang ni yang pelik sikit lah. So moment of truth ni apa kak? It is actually a critical moments where between the customer and organisation that determine customer satisfaction. So because you have no idea bila sebenarnya customer ni puas hati dengan you, So as simple as a McDonald's punya counter cashier, dia memberikan senyuman selepas satu pembelian, walaupun dia mula dia marah, tapi tiba-tiba bila dia, because of that smile, it give the customer to be 100% satisfied. So that is the moment of truth of your service. So to get that moment of truth tu bukan senang. This is thing that service provider yang besar-besar always study and try to look on how they can actually achieve moment of truth. So untuk service juga dia ada dokumen lah. So the document for moving the product to production often take the form of explicit job instruction. So ada job instruction or script. For instance, kalau you tengok dekat cashier Shell ke, dekat toll booth ke, dia ada bagi dia punya operating procedure on what to do lepas receive cash, smile and everything. Okay, now let's continue. Ada tadi. So document of service. So tadi I talked about documents of service. You have some sort of scripts, job instruction, script and storyboards. The techniques of document of service. Dia tak macam produk you need to have a BOM, engineering drawing, instruction order sebagainya. But for service, you still need to have some written out procedures on what to be done, so that your employee can make sure that their tasks are being executed properly lah. Okay, now we look into this is, for example, First Bank Corporation. So this their teller service guidelines. So what they need to say please and thank you in all their conversations, and then be discreet when speaking into the microphone as others may hear the conversation. Maknanya you tak boleh cakap kuat, cakap silent or secret. Give customer written instruction. If they're not, they need to fill out forms. You give, and then you must look directly to your customers if there's a line of sight. And if the customer needs to park and enter the bank, they need to apologize pun jadi tanggungjawab of the part of the instruction ataupun operating procedure for this first bank corporation. So next is decision tree to product design. So usually this is useful when there are a series of decision and outcomes that lead to other decision and outcomes. So ialah bila you nak buat satu produk, you need to have proper planning. So you use this method for operation management punya decision trees dia panggil. So how you do it is first you include all possible alternative and states of nature, including not doing anything, and then interpret at the end of branch. So this is actually referring to our book, page page 221, example 3. So determine the expected value of each branch and prune the tree to find the alternative with the best expected value. So dalam ni Silicon Incorporate, a semiconductor manufacturer, is investigating the possibility of producing and marketing a microprocessor. Undertaking this project will require either purchasing a sophisticated CAD system or hiring and training several additional engineers. The market for product could be either favorable or unfavorable. Silicon INC, of course, has the option of not developing the new product at all. With favorable acceptance by the market, sales would be 25,000 processors selling for 100 each. With unfavorable acceptance, sales will only be 8,000 processors selling 100 each. The cost of CAD equipment is 500,000, but that of hiring training 3 new engineers is only 375,000. However, manufacturing costs should drop from $50 each when manufacturing without CAD to $40 each when manufacturing with CAD. And the probability of favorable acceptance of the new microprocessor is 40%. The probability of unfavorable acceptance is the balance, which is 60%. So sama ada dia nak purchase CAD, nak hire train engineering, or do nothing. So tadi kalau high sales, dia punya probability is 40%, low sales 60%. So this is the cost calculation as I mentioned. So kalau high sales with 40%, dia punya net untung is 1 million. While if they decide for and if the probability of low sales of 60%, you gain the net loss of negative 20,000. So this is how you calculate it. So EMV purchase CAD system equal to 4%, 40% times 1 million plus 6 times negative 20,000. So you get the result of, kalau purchase CAD, 388,000. So you just slash the other roads lah, other decision tree. So you tengok the highest tu lah, the highest is 1 million compared to yang bawah tu untung 875,000 ataupun 35,000, ataupun you got when you do nothing is 0. So these two options are being left out ataupun being trash lah. So that's how you do example. And the last part of this topic is about transition or to production. So eventually a product, whether good or service, bila you dah selected one product, you have designed, you have defined, so it has progressed from idea in your mind to a function definition and then perhaps to design. Now, management, they must make a decision as to further development and production or terminate of your idea, your earlier idea. So one of the arts of management is knowing when to move a product from development to production. This move is known as transition to production lah. So kita tengok we have what they call as a trial production period to ensure that the product can be produced. So they ada gunakan develop tooling, quality control and training, and they try to ensure that they achieve a successful production. Okay, so that is for design and goods service. Ada lagi tak? Responsibility must also transition as the product must move through its life cycle. So line management takes over from design, and three common approaches to managing transition: project managers yang akan involve, product development teams, and integrate product development and manufacturing. So tadi developer dia just product development punya aktiviti saja, but when it come to you have the master plan, your research development have been completed, you akan transition your ideas to the mass production pula lah. So this is now the unwritten instruction in my slides here, just to show whether you listen to my lectures or not. And I don't wish to talk further. Probably it's time for you to do some exercises. So for today, your exercise will be on page 223. Okay, so what I would like you guys to do is question number 15. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of involving customers fairly early in the product design process. Okay, and then I will also like you guys to read further on page 224, solve problems, example by decision tree. Okay, and then you do your decision tree on page 225, problem 5.21. Okay, and 5.22. Buat dua je, 5.21, 5.22. Okay, and then you just snap your calculation and your write-ups tu, and then submit to my email. My email is abdulkhabir@uitm.edu.my. So you need to submit there. So I think that's all for now. With that, any questions, just feel free to WhatsApp. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and take care, and see you guys in the next online class tomorrow. Bye.